It's Tuesday morning. I've only got one order going out since yesterday, and it is replacement filters for a Levoit air purifier. And this sold for $10.24 plus shipping. It came from the bin store for $1. At this point, I am really hoping that my Q4 sales pick up. Traditionally, I've seen summer slowdowns the last 2 years, but I have not seen big increases in my Q4 sales. They were okay. I have no complaints about them, but I don't see the increases that other people say they see. But when I don't see increases in Q4, but I am seeing decreases during the summer slowdowns, you know, that's not quite the makings for a truly profitable eBay business. So I'm just hoping that this year my summer has been so bad that I'm going to be able to make up for it in Q4. I always start to get a little nervous when my 90-day total dips below 7,000. And it's done that quite a few times this year. Last year, I know during the summer slowdown, I don't remember what the lowest point that it was at, but it's definitely a lot lower this year than it was then. I can remember a year and a half ago, if I got below 8,000, I was like, well, I need to sell more stuff, but that's just not the case anymore. And strangely enough, at that point, I was selling almost all bin store items, very little garage sale or estate sale items. So I guess I'm going to get my one order packed up for today, and that's all I have on my agenda. I do need to run to town. I need to go to the credit union. I need to go to the bank, but I'm probably going to put that stuff off till tomorrow. Today is Thursday. I've got 4 orders going out for a total of 58.52. I was trying to figure out when I made the shift from doing roughly 3 parts of the video per week, when I would usually be shipping out orders on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, versus now where I'm filming segments of it almost every day. And I don't really know when that was. I think the change came from my day work being considerably slower. So I think that's why I started doing segments almost every day. And really, it doesn't even matter. It was just something I was thinking about. The first item going out is an inflatable after surgery butt pillow recovery cushion. And this sold for $10.99 plus shipping. And this came from the bin store for $1. Next is an Essential Jazz The First 100 Years book. Now, this book is supposed to have a book and a CD. I did put in capital letters in the title of the listing that it's the book only. So hopefully the buyer actually read it and understands that it's only coming with the book. This sold for $13.67 plus shipping, and it was either a 50 cents or $1 buy from the bin store. If it would have had the CD with it, I could have gotten a good bit more for it, but with the profit that I'm going to make on a 50 cent or $1 investment, I'm not really complaining. I do want to get to the bin store though, if for nothing else, books, because I'm really not selling near as many books as I used to, and I was getting a ton of books from the bin store. And I sold another book, Writing for Publication in Nursing 4th edition. This sold for $20.51 plus shipping, and again, it came from the bin store for either 50 cents or $1. And the last item going out is another 100 pack of weed trimmer replacement blades. These sold for $13.35, and they came from the bin store, either 50 cents or $1. Today's Friday. I've got 4 orders going out for a total of 38.02. It's still pretty early. It's only a little after noon, so there's still time for some more orders to come through, and hopefully they will. Hopefully I'm going to have a better weekend than I've had over the last couple weekends also. The first item going out is a 2-pack of advanced silicone scar gel, and these sold for $11.09 plus shipping. I got those from the bin store for $1. I sold a 2-pack of clip-on sunglasses. These sold for $3.82 plus shipping. They came from the bin store for 50 cents. I sold a knife sharpener kit. It has soft and hard stones with oil. This sold for $10.76 plus shipping. I don't have any money into this. This was something my dad gave me. It's got here on the front written Melon's Country Store, which is, well, it's kind of a country store in North Arkansas. It's actually in Mountain View, Arkansas. It's where, well, it's not exactly, but it's pretty close to where my dad is from. And typically we go up to visit that area every few years. Mellon's Country Store is kind of like you step back in time. It's how things would have maybe been in the 1950s. They have a lot of unique items and things you just don't find other places. But this was something he bought from there and he didn't want, so he gave it to me to sell. And the last item going out is a Germ Guardian LB1000 UV replacement light, and this sold for $12.35 with free shipping. Today is Monday. I've got 14 orders going out for a total of $328.05, which is one of the best weekends that I've had in a while. Keep in mind that I'm a part-time reseller, although I have been putting in a lot more hours lately in terms of listing. And I say lately, really for the last probably month. I actually didn't have very big hopes for this weekend just based on what the last month of weekend sales had been. The first item going out is a Lamborghini. It's called a lamp, L-A-M-P-E. We always called them oil burners. I'm not sure if that's the correct term for them, but you put oil in here and I think you light the top of it. I don't know. My first ex-wife used to use these around the house, and they take some kind of perfumey smelling stuff, which I didn't really like. But either way, this is the lamp part of it that you put the oil in, and this sold for $42.71 plus shipping. And I picked this up last weekend at an estate sale for $5. I sold a pair of True Nation black jeans. These sold for $29.77 plus shipping. I picked these up at an estate sale. I got just under $3 into these. As a matter of fact, I think I bought a total of 4 pairs of these. These were the only brand new pair. The other 3 were used but in great shape. So I didn't know if these would be a good seller or not, but as it turns out, these were pretty good. Next, I sold a Rival soft serve ice cream machine. This sold for $32.01, and I picked this up from an estate sale. Either probably $5, maybe $2.50, but probably $5. And it was in really good shape. I kind of wanted to keep it. I often mention how I'm a kitchen gadget junkie, and I really love soft serve ice cream. So, and I listed it high. I listed it higher than what I thought I could get for it, but it ended up selling for $32. So I guess I'm just gonna have to do without soft serve ice cream. I sold a book. Wyckoff 2.0 Structures, Volume Profile, and Order Flow. Combining the logic of the Wyckoff methodology and the objectivity of the volume profile. I don't know what this book is about. This sold, but it did sell for $24.82 plus shipping, and it came from the bin store for either 50 cents or $1. So that is a pretty good flip for the Wyckoff book. I sold another book that came from the bin store. This one's not a Wyckoff book. It's a NFPA 72 National Fire Alarm and Signaling Code book. This sold for $36.48 with free shipping, and it did come from the bin store for either 50 cents or $1. I sold some vintage Singer sewing machine parts and a box. I don't know what these parts were. I just listed them as some random parts and showed pictures of them. But these sold for $13.35 plus shipping, and I picked those up at an estate sale in, that was a $20 fill-a-bag. This estate sale had $10 fill-a-bag, $20 fill-a-bag. I think it was like $30 or $40 fill-a-garbage bag. And I was like, well, I'll start off with a $20 bag and see if I can get it filled up. And if I can and I want more stuff, I'll just upgrade to a bigger bag. But as it turns out, I really had to do some stuffing, but I got everything that I wanted in that $20 bag. I don't think I necessarily found anything that day during that fill-a-bag that was really that great, but I'm definitely going to make my money back. Just this item alone, selling for $13.35, will pay for over half the bag. Next, I sold an adult and child CPR training mask, manual resuscitator. This sold for $17.09 plus shipping, and it came from the bin store. It was either $1 or $2. I sold some Beards beard wash for men, anti-itch soothing lotion, I guess. I should have kept this because when my beard starts growing out, it starts itching like crazy. But anyway, this sold for $11.07 plus shipping, and it came from the bin store for 50 cents. I sold a DSLR camera case bag. with a, I think it has a strap. Yeah, it has a strap with it. And this sold for $9.38 plus shipping. It came from the bin store for $1. I sold some teeth whitening mousse, a 2-pack. It sold for $10.76 plus shipping. And again, it came from the bin store for 50 cents. Next, I sold a Hot Logic mini portable oven food warmer. And they make these in two different styles. One has a regular 110 plug, and the other has a plug like for a cigarette lighter in a car. And they may have one that has both, I'm not sure. This one has the regular 110 house outlet plug, and it sold for $13.35 plus shipping. And it came from a garage sale for, it was either $1 or $2. I didn't write down how much I paid for it, but I know it was no more than $1 or $2. I sold another book. This is the Night Sky Observer's Guide, Volume 1. This sold for $70.84. It came from an estate sale, and I only paid $2.50 for it. I actually have Volume 2. I kind of wish they would have bought the second volume, but this sold within, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. So hopefully the other one will sell. I mean, that's an insane flip right there from $2.50 to $70. Next is a Gone with the Wind Hallmark keepsake ornament, Rhett Butler, and it sold for $5.33 plus shipping. This came from, well, they called it a garage sale. It was actually more like a small estate sale. The mom had passed away, so the kids brought everything out underneath the carport and started selling it. But they had a lot of these Hallmark keepsake ornaments, and they were only $1 each. I think every video I've done for the past week or so, I've had some of these on it. Advanced silicone scar gel. These sold for $11.09 plus shipping, and I paid a total of $1 for both of the boxes at the bin store. When I was pulling these just a little while ago, I didn't know how many I had left, and I still got a fair amount of them. So they sat for a while, but once one of these 2-packs sold, I've been selling one almost every day or every other day. We went to 2 estate sales Saturday. They were both family-run estate sales. The first one, they were kind of high to buy anything for resale, so I didn't buy anything from that one. Kim bought a couple items just for herself. But at the second one, I picked up all of this. I found this Flex Fit shell cap, and I'm pretty sure that it is brand new. Still has the sticker on it, although I know some people wear them with the sticker. But looking at it, I don't think it's ever been worn. And I also found a USCCA cap, which is the United States Concealed Carry Association. I think this one, well, I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like it has any wear either. So I don't know if they were ever worn or not. Caps were $2, didn't check comps on them, but this one is a pretty nice hat, and I don't think I'm gonna have any problem making my money back out of these. I found this Shiner Beers paper towel dispenser. Now, I don't drink, especially don't drink beer. So I looked this up, and I did find there's a beer named Shiner, but their logo, the logo looks similar, but the font is different. So I don't know if this is something that's homemade or not. It was $3, and I figured if worse came to worse, I could just use this myself, but didn't comp it. But I figured for $3 I would pick it up. Next, I found this set of US Navy dolls. I did comp these, or I comped one of them, and I saw it sold for, I think, 20-something dollars. I also picked up this Nike LSU jacket. It is a boys large. I looked it over. It looks like it doesn't have any issues with it at all. It was $5. And then I found one of these, what are these things called? Alexander Star. I remember having one of these when I was a kid. They wanted $1 for it, so I picked it up. Don't have any idea what the comps are on it. I also found this vintage, it was just called, I think, a noisemaker. I don't remember what the solds were on this, but it was cheap enough for me to pick up. I found this CR pocket card reader, didn't comp it. It was only $1, so I grabbed it. I found a bag of these, what is this, Miller Lite necklace, like it's like a football necklace with a bead chain. I guess it's probably Mardi Gras rose, I guess. And there's, I don't know, there's 5 or 6 of them in the bag. The whole bag wasn't but $1, so I grabbed those. This is something that I just bought for myself. The whole set of these kitchen utensils was $3. A lot of this stuff I don't want, but I did want these. I don't remember what they call these, but they cut vegetables, and it's got 2 blades on it. It's kind of like a pair of scissors. This one is a Silvermark brand. I know Pampered Chef makes one like this, but at $3 for the whole set, I couldn't pass that up. And what else do they have in there? This is a pair of Hinkle scissors, so those are decent. The rest of the stuff, I don't really have any interest in. And the last two items I picked up were these Miller Lite fan up, I don't know, Texas Longhorns or something. I'm not a sports guy. But anyway, these glasses, they were $1 each. I did comp these. I don't remember what the comps were, but they were pretty decent for what they were. There were 7 of these, so I picked up all 7. And I also picked up a set of these ceramic Kahlua mugs. And they were, of course, $1 also. And I did comp those. I don't remember what the comps were again because it was a couple days ago, but I want to say maybe $11 or $12 a piece. And the last item I picked up was this Case Logic cassette case. I went to one of the bedrooms and it was sitting on a nightstand. It's full of cassette tapes. The only cassette tape I looked at was Information Society, and they had comps of about $6 or $7. So I brought it up. I asked him how much would the case be with and without the tapes. He said take it all for $3. So I said, you got a deal on that. On Sunday, we hit, I don't know, maybe 7 estate sales, maybe 8. I can't remember now. From the first estate sale, actually the first 2 estate sales were in the same neighborhood. And from the first one, I picked up, you guessed it, a cookbook and a GE mini cassette recorder player. It was 50% off, so I paid $5 for this, and I think I paid $1.50 for the cookbook. This is like a locally made cookbook. I was not familiar with the Holy Name of Jesus School, and as I was looking through it, I saw recipes for things like crawfish and stuff like that. Gabrielle's crawfish tacos, Gabrielle's crawfish enchilada con queso, crawfish fettuccine, and all that. So I knew that it was at least somewhat local. So I looked up the name, and it's actually a school in New Orleans. So this is a cookbook that I'm more than likely going to keep for myself, because it's just one of those cookbooks that's very unique, and I do like to collect these. The next estate sale is where I picked up these items here. It was $10 Stuff-A-Bag, and this was stuffed in the bag. I couldn't fit these, so I put them in Kim's bag. But let me get all this unpacked. It's nothing great here, but I'll show you what I got. Okay, from this estate sale, I picked up a telephone. At first, I was like, I don't know if they want to sell it, but it had a sticker on it. And I picked the phone up and it was working. It is a Western Electric, so it's not necessarily one of the most desirable ones, but it fit in the bag, so I grabbed it. And I think these are clock weights, and I have no idea what they would go to, but they were sitting there on the cabinet, so I put them in the bag. I got a Vivitar Auto Thyristor 225. I did comp this to see if it was even worth picking up, and it's probably going to be maybe $12 or something like that. I picked up 2 rulers that I just like these because of the neon colors for when I need to show measurements on something in my listings. And it's hard to find rulers. Well, I don't know how hard to find, but I often see rulers that don't start at 0. They'll be like 1/4 of an inch, and then it'll be the first mark. And I don't like that. I like when they start right at the beginning. So I got both of those. I picked up this clown mirror, but I thought it was a pretty cool, I guess maybe a unique piece, I don't know, but I fit it in the bag and figured I would take a chance on it. I got this K-Tel microchip microwave potato chip maker, probably an as seen on, yep, it's as seen on TV thing. And you know, I've admitted a lot of times I'm a real junkie for these kind of things. Speaking of junkie, a lot of this stuff is junky, I know that, but at paying almost nothing for it, I figured I would pick it up. And I didn't get this for resale, I just got it for myself. They had a low pro camera bag that I picked up, and these usually do, you know, decent, especially when you're doing $10 Stuff-A-Bag. I found an LL Bean. It's got the temperature, the date, the humidity, and it probably has an outside sensor. I didn't see anywhere to plug in a sensor, so it may be like Bluetooth or something. I don't know, but it is working, and don't have any idea if it's gonna have any value to resell or not. But again, on Stuff-A-Bag, I've said this a million times, if I think it might be valuable, I put it in the bag. I also picked up a Zenith remote. I did not see a corresponding TV that this went to, so I figured there might be someone out there who could either use or want one of those. And I picked up, well, I guess it's technically 3 cookbooks. Miss Fluffy's rice cookbooks. This one's kind of vintage. I'll probably just keep that. I found Recipes American Cooking, Creole and Acadian, and it's a Time Life Books recipe book. I flipped through it real quick. Griots and grits, tilled ducks and port wine sauce, bouillabaisse Creole style. I've never seen this cookbook before. I didn't comp it. Again, I just stuffed it in the bag. And I found a St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Our Favorite Recipes. I've had this book before. I sold it. This one is not in very good shape. I mean, it's in normal vintage shape for these cookbooks. So this one, I didn't look through it. I've looked through the other one and I did not keep it, so I don't know if I'll keep this one. It might be lotted up in a lot with some other cookbooks. At the next estate sale, I only picked up 2 items. So first was this pocket book of Civil War weapons. Now I thought the book was kind of cool. There's lots of pictures in here, and I did not find any comps on it anywhere. I Google searched it, I eBay lensed it, scanned the barcode, nothing. But I figured for $1 I would pick it up. As it would turn out, Kim comped it later in the day and she said it's worth maybe $5 or $6. So at least I don't have much into it. Next I found this, what is this thing called? All right, I don't remember what this thing is called. I've never seen it before. And so I Google lensed it, and I did find one sold comp of a pre-owned one for $20. So let me show you what it's for. When I looked it up, I found that it's called, I don't know, a drink butler or something like that. And if you have, you know, a table or a bar or something, and you want to give someone the drink, you place the drink on it and it does its thing, and when it gets to where it's supposed to be, the drink comes off and it stops. So I thought this was probably the coolest find of the day. I don't think they're making these anymore. It does have a date of 2006 on it. I did not do a whole ton of research. I just eBay lensed it, found out what it was, checked the battery compartment to make sure it wasn't all corroded, and picked it up. It was marked $4. It was 50% off, and so it only ended up being $2. Kim found a tote that was marked $5 for everything. In that tote was some Christmas items. One of the items was a projector that, I don't know, projects something, some kind of pattern on your house or something. It was used. She said it comped out around $25 or $30. There was a big Christmas penguin plush in that box, and the rest of it was junk. So one of the head ladies came by and said that whole tote's only $5. The projector was the only thing that Kim wanted, and it had a price on it of $12. I also looked through the tote and I said, you know, maybe the plush would be okay, but I don't think there's anything else in here worth picking up. So Kim took the projector out of it, and she had some other stuff that she had bought. And when she was checking out, the girl was trying to charge her $6. So Kim told her that, look, this was in the bin that was marked $5, but I only want the projector. I don't want the other stuff. And the girl was like, well, I'm sorry. I have to charge you the full price and then 50% off of that. What I'm guessing was going on is they were just trying to get rid of as much as they could. So they just wanted to move the whole tote of stuff. However, I don't think at this point in the day that they were going to be able to move many more items, because that estate sale ended at 3 p.m. and we were there checking out at about 2:40. So once they told Kim you have to pay half of the price of what's marked or take the whole tote, Kim's like, well, I'm not going to do that. So I can understand why they want to move these items. Maybe a more unscrupulous individual might just buy the whole tote with the projector in it, and once they got outside, just leave the tote there and take the projector. However, that's not how we are, and we wouldn't have did that. From the next estate sale, I picked up all these items plus another stack of stuff that I can't really fit in this shot. I found 2 of these Lenovo Smart Home Starter Kits. Oh, this estate sale was 65% off. When we walked in, I asked Kim, I said, are they 50% off? And the lady, well, one of the estate sale ladies said, no, we're 65% off. And I'm like, okay, well, that sounds pretty good. So I picked up both of these. They're both sealed in plastic in the package. I comped them and saw that they sell roughly $45 or so. So with 65% off of $45, I think that's $15 and some change each. I found this Hamilton Beach searing grill. It's also new in the box. The tape's kind of coming up over here, but it has not been opened. This I bought for myself. Of course, 65% off of that was like, I don't know, $21, $22, I guess. But it wasn't much, and this comps out for like triple that price. So I probably should sell it, and maybe I'll change my mind. But as of right now, I do plan on keeping it. I also found 2 of these red copper 5-minute chef machines. Again, both of these are brand new. They still are sealed in the box. So it's 65% off. I don't know what, half of that's 12. So what, maybe, I don't know, $9 a piece. Not huge money, but I'll definitely take it. And the last item I picked up from that estate sale were 8 of these Wildflowers of the South Royal Windsor plates. These were all actually hanging on the wall. And let's see. From looking at them where they were hanging up, they all looked like they were in great shape. They were marked 6, so that means that they ended up being, I think, $2.10 each. And in addition to having the boxes, they've got paperwork in them. And I don't know, I quickly comped a couple of these, and they came up pretty quick, or at least a couple comps did. I don't remember how much they were. I think one was $13 plus shipping, and I don't really remember. But I've only got 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, about $17 into the whole collection. So I would imagine there's got to be some collectors out there that want these. Not that I'm going to get super high dollars for them or anything like that, but at $2.10 per plate, I really had to grab these. But I do need to do some more research and see just how much that they're actually worth, especially considering it's a whole set, and from what I can tell, they're in pristine condition. At the next estate sale, I picked up nothing but books, and yes, they're pretty much all cookbooks except for one. And anybody out there who hates resellers are definitely going to think I'm a sleazebag here, because when we walked in, they said half off of everything, we're taking offers, and books are free. So I went to the cookbook section and I found these books. Kim, she ended up with a stack of books, and this estate sale company is really good to deal with. So after I got the books, we both looked around for other things. Unfortunately, it was late in the day and there really wasn't a whole lot left. And the reason we were hitting so many of these estate sales late in the day is because we got kind of a slow start because I was not feeling good, and we didn't leave until about 11 that morning. But anyway, I looked around and I could not find anything else at this estate sale. And I'm more inclined to actually buy something from an estate sale that I'm kind of on the fence about if they're giving away all these free books, just because, I don't know, I just feel like maybe I should buy something. But there was nothing there that I thought that I could flip for a profit. There really wasn't much there to begin with. So I ended up just getting the cookbooks. I don't have much of an idea about any of these. I've never ran across this cookbook until last weekend. I picked one up at an estate sale for $1, and I haven't comped it yet because it went into my stack of cookbooks that I want to go through and then list. But I just thought it was kind of funny that I've never seen this before, and then I picked up one 2 weekends in a row. This is something from St. Mark's Catholic Church in Monticello, Arkansas. Again, I did not comp any of these books. 500 Fast and Fabulous 5-star ingredient recipes. The Mayor's Cookbook, the favorite recipes of over 300 mayors across the USA. A collection of favorite recipes, Judson Baptist Church and Friends. Where is Judson at? I don't know if that's a local church or not. Oh, it is right here, Walker, Louisiana. And that's right outside of Baton Rouge. That's a pretty nice book there. This may be valuable. The new James Beard 1000 recipes with an accent on freshness, lightness, and new ideas for planning your menus. It may be worth something, may not be worth anything, I don't know. Was it marked? No. And this book is not a cookbook. They had it marked $25. It's just Louisiana, a history of an American state. Looks to be in, well, oh, this looks like a book we used to get at school back in the day. Is it messed up? No, well, something's kind of wonky about it. No, maybe not. See, there's that gap right there. Maybe it's just that first page. Oh, this is a very nice book, because I haven't looked through it yet. So this may actually be a really good book. At the next estate sale, which is probably my absolute favorite estate sale company to deal with, we were there about 30 minutes before they closed, and they were pretty well wiped out. I found this Harlem Globetrotters, I think it's a Bendy's. I found one sold on it for, I want to say about $18 plus shipping. Didn't look at any actives or anything like that, but I didn't pay much for it. I'll tell you in a second how much I paid. I also found this, some kind of bust. It's made in Japan. It took a little doing for me to find what this was. I didn't find any solds on eBay. I did see a set had sold on, I think it was Etsy. It was 2 pieces. It was this one and some like bald-headed guy or something. And I want to say they sold for like $110. So it's going to take a little more research for me to figure out exactly what this is and how valuable it is, especially if there's something that's supposed to be with it. Because the other piece, maybe they just lotted it up, or maybe it's supposed to have something else. I don't really know. And finally, I picked up a set of these stained glass Coca-Cola. It's a 3-piece set, but I have 3 mugs, 3 bowls, and 3 plates, all with this pattern right here. Were these marked? They were all marked either $2 or $3 per piece. So I've got 9 pieces. So it would have probably been 20-something. I offered her 10. She gladly accepted it. And then while I was waiting on Kim, I went into another room, and that's where I found the Harlem Globetrotter and this bust or whatever it is. So I went and made her an offer of $5 on it. She took it. So I ended up paying $15 for all of that. We ended up going to one more estate sale yesterday afternoon, and there was a reason why this estate sale company was last on the list. They actually still had, for being end of day, a decent amount of stuff left. But the reason they very often do have a lot of stuff left is because they are overpriced. Even at 50% off, there's very little that I can buy from this estate sale company to make any profit on. There's a few things that slip through the cracks here that you might get lucky on, but for the most part, I could just stay away from this estate sale company and be just fine. And I'm not complaining, because they are free to price their items at whatever they want. However, every estate sale that I've been to that's ran by this company always has a lot of stuff left at the end of the last day. So that's going to do it for this video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.